to Whine Club. This is the playlist where I drink good wine while I whine about bad books. And today's offender is a real special one. It is All I Want by Darcey Bell. So, spoiler warning, I will be revealing major plot points and twists in this book review. And like I say in all my reviews, this is solely about the book, not about the author as a person. I'm sure she's lovely, though I do hold a grudge against her for giving my name to one of her characters in a simple favor who kind of turns out to be shady, so thanks for that, Darcey Bell. Woo, buddy, strap in, folks. We're going on a wild ride as I have some... I was going to say constructive criticism. I don't think it's constructive. I think I just have criticism. But let's see what the book promised about before I get into ranting and raving about it. When Emma's husband, Ben, falls in love with a neglected Victorian mansion for sale in upstate New York, he swears to her the fixer-upper will be worth the trouble. Sure, the old house is a little dilapidated and has a bit of a creepy past, but the nearby country town seems nice enough. So they set aside any misgivings and make an offer. After all, whatever happens, Emma and Ben are in it together, aren't they? But soon, Emma finds herself with a case of buyer's remorse. Why does her husband suddenly seem so distant? Are her neighbors lying to her? Is the house's ominous history repeating itself? And why can't she shake the feeling that she's in danger? And so is her unborn child. Sinister, suspenseful, and utterly engrossing. All I Want is a terrifying descent into the dark side of domestic life that will forever change the way you look at your neighbors and your loved ones. First of all, how dare you? How dare you waste my time like that? I'm really mad about this reading experience. Like, the one time I didn't look at Goodreads before buying a book really bit me in the ass here. I thought Belle had a good reputation, but my God, I wanted to throw this across the room when I finished it. I am that gif of Bradley Cooper tossing this out the window. And I wasn't even loving it before that ending really pushed me over the edge. I could not connect with our main character, Emma. She is naive to the extreme, but also paranoid and also somewhat smart, but then not. But then she's just embarrassingly desperate for Ben's approval and love that I wanted to smack her. Get some self-respect, Emma. Your husband Ben is a tool. I could not understand her motivation, I couldn't understand her past, and I just couldn't understand her. We get like the tiniest of glimpses about her past and how she feels, and how she has to prove, like, to her deceased parents that she's brave, but like, what? That's how you prove to them that you're brave? That you buy a creepy old mansion and ignore all the red flags that your husband is cheating on you? Ah! It's kind of funny how a book can be so basic when it turns out to have quite a complicated plot going on. So Ben is a producer for theater productions. He's come into some money, and he and silly sweet little Emma move out to the country and buy this house that was once a rehab center for Broadway actors. Well, we find out when we finally get his point of view, on page 201, mind you, that he was basically going to buy the house with or without her approval, and luckily for him, she's a doormat who, if he were to ask her to jump, she would ask, how high? We also find out that Ben met with Lindsay, the realtor for the property, before talking to his wife to see it. And then we find out that he took the realtor to Pound Town and is having an affair with her. So here comes the kicker. Lizzie is some sort of sociopath and enjoys being a director of sorts herself, and masterminds this ridiculously complex plot to get herself back on stage by sleeping with Ben and getting the lead role in his next production. Oh, we also find out that Lindsay has tried this tactic before and had an affair with a married woman, who we then find out works with Ben. What a small world. What are the chances? Very good when the plot says so. To add to her fun, she decides that she wants to mess up Emma's life beyond, like, taking her husband, and starts making Emma think that, like, weird things are happening at the house, like seeing ghosts and finding a diary of a woman who lived at the property and was having an illegitimate child, and and maybe she and Emma are more alike than they think, And maybe Emma has met this illegitimate love child herself. This book is a mess. For 80% of the book, we are only with Emma and her point of view. Then we get the reveal that Lindsay is behind everything, including the diary. She wants Emma to come across as unhinged, so then she and Ben can raise Emma's baby. But then she's also not sure if she wants it. She'll decide on that later. But after the baby is born, she and Ben lock Emma in her room and act like stereotypical mwahahars. Oh, and this is after Lindsay killed someone to keep her plan from being exposed. And then Emma is rescued by their contractor, JD, who is also Lindsay's half-brother. He's been doing work on the house, and then Emma kind of has like a little crush on him, so he rescues her, and I can't. I died laughing and had to tell my husband when it is revealed that the ghosts that Emma keeps seeing, which is a woman and a baby, are just people that live in the town that Lindsay paid to stand on the side of the road and then drop down into the bushes to scare Emma. I can't. So we get our big rescue when JD comes to break Emma free of Ben and Lindsay and all their terribleness, and then the two like shitty lovebirds make a run for it, Ben and Lindsay, and are immediately killed by driving their car into a tree. Okay. JD and Emma live happily ever after and have 2 more kids. Okay. A stretch, but okay. Fine. I'll take it. But then Belle decides to completely ruin everything by pulling the "it was all a dream" kind of thing. We find out that Emma has been in a coma, and it was really her and Ben that got in the accident. No. Fuck you. Absolutely not. This was not all a dream. This was a waste of my time. Why did we get Lindsay's point of view, or Ben's then, if it's all in Emma's head? It makes no damn sense. We should not have gotten those sections from those characters' point of views. These sections should not exist. It is not a twist. It is just a horrendously done red herring, and for nothing. Nothing! Like, it just makes the book so bad. And to me, it makes it look like that. It makes it. It just makes the book bad. And to me, it makes the book look like it. It just makes the book bad. And to me, it makes it look more obvious that that twist wasn't supposed to be added, but for some ungodly reason was. Stop it, Belle. You had a resolution. Wasn't perfect, but it was 1,000,000 times better than what you actually gave us in the end. I was fuming. I was livid. You do not get to pull a twist like that. This ending is garbage. Hot, smelly garbage, and I want my money back for buying this. It almost feels like it was a joke, or like Belle assumes that this will be adapted for the big screen too, and was all, tee-hee, they'll never see this twist coming. No, we won't, because it's not good. All I want is a good ending. It was there, and then this twist got tacked on at the end. I have to wonder if it's not being adapted, that some publisher or editor was like, we should really add another twist. Readers love twists. Let's really piss them off by destroying the entirety of the story. They'll love it. I do not. Every time I see this book, my lip will curl up in disgust. I just felt like Belle didn't care. That's the only conclusion I can come to. Belle just did not care about this book or us as readers. Reading this was tedious. I mean, it was a quick read, and it's a pretty short book, so it's got that going for it. But for me, this turned into a hate read the last 15%. I gave this 1 star, and I do not feel bad about that rating. This ending was atrocious and removed any goodwill I had while reading it. I liked the creepy mansion. I liked the idea of unraveling a local mystery and finding a baby that may not have gone too far from home. But nope, I'm done. This book was bad. I do not recommend it. I don't even recommend it as a it's so bad it's good type read. Like the back cover says, there's some buyer's remorse, but it is all mine. All right.
If you have any recommendations for books about couples buying houses that may or may not have haunted history, please leave your recommendations in the comments below, as I would love to read a good book that has kind of the same premise and idea as this, but just much better execution. I mean, truly, you cannot get any worse than this. This is pretty bottom of the barrel, but I have hope. I have hope someone has a good recommendation for me. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time at Whine Club.